Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Too Late We Said It podcast with Sean Leverett and Edwin Navedo. But we happy to have you guys back for another week, man. Ed, what's up with you, man? How you been, bro?
Man, chilling, man. I gotta say I got a little sick this week, so
Yes, man.
I'm still still recuperating from getting the temperature change sickness. So I'll be
seasonal change.
eating some cough drops while we're filming. Ha ha!
You asked me what was a good word. You had it in your back pocket the whole time.
I had it the whole time. I was gonna be on
eating cough drops, guys.
eating cough drops.
That's the best
We know
one.
what other people do with cough drops, but I'm going to be eating them.
I'm gonna eat it. And
I'm going to
praise you for
consume cough drops while we're doing the show to try to minimize the cough that may or may not occur.
that. There you go. There you go. That's smart, yo. And you're doing it under God's preview. So the way you're doing
Yeah.
it is the way the good Lord will want you to. It's just eating your cough drops
I'm just consuming them
for their use.
in the
for
proper
their
manner.
use. Boy, you OSHA approved the way you talking right now. Yeah, man, that's what's up, yo. Yeah, it's the seasonal change kicking everybody ass, man. But it is what it is. We here, man. We having a good time. We're gonna have a great show today, man. We got some crazy things to discuss on the docket, as they say, man. So let's get right into it, Ed. So I was thinking about some ways that we could approach ranking teams. You know what I mean? People always say who's the top five and who's in, who's gonna win, and all this other shit like that. But I thought of a little concept that we could start doing called rank the barrel.
Yeah. You got the top of the barrel or the cream of the
Yes.
crop or the bottom of
Yes.
the barrel, the scrape at the bottom.
Yes, bro. So it's levels to this, as they say. So when you talk about ranking the barrel or ranking teams in the way they are, you got to think of a barrel, right? So at that top rung, like Ed said, you got the cream of the crop at the top. And then at that second rung right there, you got the people who are good. They might make some noise. You think it's a good team. The people in the middle there, what you say about the middle? What emoji did you say was the middle?
The meh emoji.
Nah, just like, I might buy a ticket, I might not. Then you got that fourth rung from the top right there, and that's people you like, the coach on the hot seat, and people might get cut and all that stuff like that. And then you got the bottom of the barrel, which is the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean?
It speaks for itself. It's the bottom of the barrel.
It's the
It's
bottom of the barrel.
It's the last bit of that oatmeal that she's scraping off the bottom. That crusty
Last little
stuff,
scoop out.
the crusty part of the cream of wheat that gets stuck at the bottom.
Exactly. So let's start. I mean, I don't know if you want. We can start from the top to the bottom, man. So who would you say is some of your teams that you think of as like your elite teams? And when you think of elite teams, you like, I know they're gonna make the playoffs for sure. It's at the beginning of the season.
I would probably have to separate them by conference. So I guess 2 from the AFC, 2 from the NFC. To round out the very
16?
top, which would be 4 teams at the top.
Okay.
What do you think? Does that sound like a reasonable amount of teams at the
So if we're working at 5 barrels, we go 4, 4, 4, 4. That's 20. But I guess we could widen the
Yeah. I
barrel
think when you get to the
range.
middle, there's going to be more teams that lie in the middle.
That's true.
So
That makes sense.
So if I had to guess, the top 2 teams for the AFC is going to probably be the Bills and Ravens right now. Now, most people would probably think Chiefs belong in there, but as they've been playing these past 2 weeks,
0-3.
they're 0-2 right now. And it's crazy how I made that mistake in an earlier episode about them possibly starting 0-2, and I was completely wrong. Alzheimer's early onset was kicking in. But I somehow accidentally manifested this 0-2 start, but wasn't intentional. It just, you can only be at the top so long.
Yeah, man. They want enough, yo.
So I think Bills and Ravens, they showed in week 1 what they're capable of, and there's a lot of hype now building around those 2 teams and possibly seeing each other in the playoffs. I see them as the top 2 AFC teams at this moment, with the Chargers kind of inching up in there, trying to creep their way in there.
So you said the Bills and the Ravens.
Yeah, from the AFC.
Okay. Okay.
Who do you see in that the top two AFC teams?
In the AFC, I can't count patty cakes out, So I still gotta put the Chiefs as the team that I think is gonna have a resurgence, just because of Andy Reid, just because of patty cakes. How he not going, he not. I don't think he's gonna be like, all right, guys, I guess it's a rebuild year. I guess I don't think he's gonna go out like that.
Oh, I definitely
Um,
don't think that either. You know.
and I think the Bills. I want to say the Ravens, bro, but y'all 1-1. I mean, and I know the Chiefs 0-2. But I just
Well,
don't
the
like the
team that they lost to is the team that at the top. So if you have to look at it from that point of view, was who they lost to does matter,
right.
in that aspect. So those are the AFC teams. So you got Chiefs and Bills, right?
I got Chiefs and Bills, and
All right.
I do agree with the Ravens thing. It's just I don't like the Ravens, so I'm not.
Yeah, it's respectable. We're not going to have the same teams at the top.
Yeah.
NFC side, I'm going to go Eagles, and this is tough. I'm probably going to say Packers. Eagles and Packers are the top two teams in the NFC right now.
That's what's up, yo. I feel you.
There's a lot of NFC teams that are undefeated too, and I know you're going to put your Rams up there. So Eagles and Packers. What are your two?
I'm going Packers, Rams, straight like that. I want to put the Lions up there, just because of how explosive the Lions are. Right, that let's like you going anytime you play the Lions, it's going to be a shootout. I'm starting to get Texas high school football vibes from them now. It's just like every drive they trying to score. They're not trying to play flipping the field until they score.
Right.
They trying to score from wherever they are right off the bat. So
yeah,
I like that about them, but fuck Jared Goff, respectfully. He was a Ram previously. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of soft shit in him in LA, and I just don't think he has the grit, as they say in Detroit.
I mean,
to get
the reason why I wouldn't put the Lions at the top, one, the Green Bay Packers kind of expose their interior offensive line and what happens to Jared Goff when he gets pressured directly down the middle. And that's their vulnerability of the Lions. When you expose that interior offensive line, their run game starts to hurt from that. And when their run game hurts, their whole game is circled around that play action pass, building off of the run. And that's where Jared Goff.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's where Jared Goff that's where he gets his bread and butter, allowing Jahmyr Gibbs to get to the second level and take off and get chunk yards, and then using that fear that instills on the defense to freeze linebackers to allow Amon Ra St. Brown to get open, and you got Sam Laporta. So, I mean, they got such good receivers that depend on that play action game, and I think that the Packers kind of exposed that just by them showing what happens to that offense when you get interior pressure. So that's why I'm like, okay, now if the Lions can figure out how to fix that, then that's what's going to make them they'll
figure it out.
Contending. Oh, yeah, because it's just 2 weeks in. But
it's just getting the ball out quicker.
Yeah,
that's all
and that's the reason why I got – otherwise it would have been Eagles-Lions for me. But
Okay.
But I got Eagles-Packers just because the Packers have demonstrated what their defense is starting to become with just inserting Micah Parsons in there, and this is 2 weeks, and he's already being disruptive. Yeah, and he remember, he doesn't have that whole playbook down yet. He's just playing instinctually, getting in the backfield and causing ruckus. So I kind of like what the Green Bay Packers are doing.
Okay, so we got the top rung. So we got a couple different varying views on the top, but I think we agreed for the most part on a couple people. So right here at the second rung, who you seeing as the second rung team? Just give me two of each. We didn't got to list everybody, but just the two most on the come up people.
Okay, in the AFC side, this is going to be a surprising one. Well, we already know I got the Chargers because they're kind of like I got them like creeping, but here's the weird one right here, and I'm just going by what I see now. Like this could change, but it's now the Colts, for some freaking reason, their offense has been explosive. They have not punted the ball. They're scoring. Now, it could be because of opposition. But if I wasn't picking the Colts, then I would put the Chiefs there. But I have more teams in the
You can
top.
do 2 teams. You can do
You
two.
said
You
two
can do two.
teams. You said two teams. I would
I
probably
thought
put
you said the
four.
Chiefs
And
and the
the
Colts.
second rung for me would be
Oh,
four
you said the
teams.
Chargers and the Colts. Okay. You said Chargers and the Colts. Okay. I
Yeah,
forgot you
but I
said
think
the
it's just because of opposition. But at this very moment, I can't just ignore the fact that they're 2-0, and they're not just 2-0. They're 2-0 by putting a lot of points on the board.
Who did they play? I think they played the Giants.
They played the
Which is like
Giants
playing
and the Titans, I think.
tighten up. Okay. So they had a cakewalk so far. Okay, but I respect to them. They had a cakewalk so far. I give them
Yeah,
that love.
but I mean, if you're gonna put because I would have probably put maybe 3 or 4, so I'd probably say, why we only gotta put 2?
Just for time reasons, my nigga. If we go the whole NFL, we still got 3 more layers to go.
Oh, okay. Now NFC is gonna be Rams and Buccaneers for me. The Rams and the Buccaneers are on the second tier for the NFC side.
Okay.
Obviously just because with obviously the Rams, but there's a lot of 2-0 teams. But man, the Buccaneers have shown a lot of grit of what happened when they face adversity, and Baker Mayfield.
Was crazy.
Baker Mayfield is really, really coming into his own on this team, and I like what he's doing. And of course, the Rams, you can't get away with the Rams are doing because they got excellent coaching staff. They got a lot of young talent sprinkled with veterans, and Puka Nacua, man, he's doing big things over there, Mr. Puka Nacua.
Yeah. Keep going. I like this.
He's in the top 5 receiving yards right now.
Yeah, he about to be goated, Joe. He about to be goated. But the only thing I just got to be honest about Puka, you can't play that physical for that long. He catches a lot of those hospital balls, as they call them. I know you seen week 1, he got his whole shit split. And it's leaking down his face. So it's like, how long?
Marks
can you
of a
do that?
warrior.
Yeah, I feel you, but you can't play like a running back forever because you'll get your ass cooked.
Hey, look, Cam Newton is a perfect example of that. You know, he was living with that Superman moniker, and he didn't shy away from contact, and man, his body's broken up in his early 30s. So it's like,
well, is Cam broken up though? I think Cam's still going strong though.
What?
I think
Cam Newton?
I think Cam. Yeah, I'm saying obviously he's not in the NFL anymore. But I'm saying I don't think.
He's okay. I'm not saying he's walking with a cane. I'm just saying that his body sustained a lot of damage and a lot of wear because of the hits that he sustained throughout his career, not avoiding contact and actually encouraging contact. You know.
Yeah, but he's still a quarterback, so it only it's not like the repetitive.
Oh yeah, he was getting repetitive. Remember, he would run and then just lower his shoulder to get in the end zone. He did that quite a bit.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I think for the AFC, I would agree with you there with the Chargers. And then I would put the Ravens as the number on a come up team. Like the thing about the Ravens is it's like they be beating the hell out of people, but for some, and this is why sometimes I think the NFL is scripted though. But it's like it throttles down. If you look at the Ravens on paper, you like, all right, they got Derrick Henry that nobody can stop. They got Lamar Jackson that nobody can really stop. Zay Flowers always cooking. Why does it seem like the production just drops when it's time to go to the next level? Like I really don't think the NFL wants a Lamar Jackson winning the Super Bowl. They're gonna be like, Lamar Jackson, you won the Super Bowl. Where are you going? He be like, I'm already from Florida, shawty. I ain't going to Disney World, my nigga. I'm going down. He be talking about going back to Dade County or some shit. They be like, Lamar, you're supposed to say you're going to Disney World. So
do they still do that?
I don't know. Maybe they. I mean, them niggas they be at Disney World. I still see after the Super Bowl, Saquon was there with his kids and his family, and then the year before, Patrick be there with his family. Matt Stafford and them niggas was there with their family. And all that. So I don't think they do that. They might still do it. At the end of the Super Bowl, they'd be like, "Where you going? Going to Disney World." When you wish upon a star. And the little kids that watching the Super Bowl be like, "Wow, can we go to Disney World, Dad?" Like your dad pull it up, it's $10,000 to go to Disney World. You're like, no, son. No.
So waiting for somebody to be like, I'm going to Japan.
Exactly right. I'd rather do that shit than go to Disney World. Hell yeah, they should let the people pick. If you win Super Bowl MVP, tell the world where you going at on vacation. But I
Like
guess it's
you
not no
tell them,
market about it.
just say no. We're not gonna pay. Well, here's an extra $1 million to say you're going to Disney World. I'm like, I'm going Epcot Center, Disney World.
He being specific about it, nigga. He earning his cash, nigga. He's selling the commercials.
I was like, I wouldn't know how they made all of these motion pictures.
There you have it, a true filmyite. Congratulations, Edwin. When you wish I would say whatever they want for an extra $1 million.
You put the extra $1 million in my pocket.
Like, where you going? Bangkok. To fuck with them lady boys.
We're like, Taco Bell, you better run for the border.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. You threw the slogan in there too. You threw the slogan in for a minute.
Yo, remember that old slogan? That was the most craziest slogan
run
ever.
For the border.
Run for the border. The 90s was savage, yo.
They didn't put no thought into the market of it. Sounds good. Fuck it.
And then after that was done, they were like, let's bring in a little chihuahua. Yo, get on top of it.
A racist chihuahua. Yeah. That chihuahua was from Bristol, Connecticut. He got him talking like a Mexican.
Oh, shit.
That's so terrible, yo. Hey, but it worked. Everybody remember that. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah. Everybody was buying that little chihuahua stuffed animal and shit.
I had one.
Little keychain.
Uh-huh. All right, yo. Moving down to the next level. Like I said, just give me the people who you think are the most meh from the AFC and
the top level mess is gonna be
top level mess.
Oh shit. This one's interesting.
You got the teams up to look at them?
Yeah. I'm gonna probably say the Steelers is one.
Okay.
And the other one is going to be the Chiefs.
Really?
Remember, the Chiefs weren't in my the other top, remember?
Yeah.
So Steelers and Chiefs are in the meh category. Now, like I said, this is room for improvement. The Chiefs can end up being at the top tier at some point.
Right.
But they 0-2 right now, not looking too pretty.
That's true. They trash right now. They looking tough.
And they're not just losing, but they're losing with some abysmal numbers too. So it's like it's not just them losing; they're losing like games, and Patrick's not looking like himself, like MVP self. Now I guarantee that's going to change. We all know that they're gonna kick it in gear and get together. Not to mention they got suspension going on. Xavier Worthy got hurt. So they're shuffling around their receivers. And to be honest, Travis Kelce isn't his best self. He hasn't been for the past 2 years. So
it's over for Kelce.
I don't know what they're going to do there, but they should have already been thinking about who's going to be coming up behind him. Pause. But
they got a lot of but they it's a lot riding on the Travis Kelce train right now for them. So if we cut Travis Kelce, it's no more Swifties pulling up in Arrowhead. I stayed too late.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you keep him on the team, but you got to start rotating that snap count around and get a younger tight end in there and start to slowly integrate into that offense. Because
Swift don't want to see no rotation. She want to see Kelce in the game dropping balls, yo, and that's what they come to see.
And also, intentionally taking players out the game because his fiance was cheering so hard when they drafted him. We got Xavier Worthy. He's like, Ma! Did you see that? That there was on the podcast, she got super excited about drafting Xavier Worthy.
Oh, she was? He's so quick.
Yeah. She was super happy. It was like, I was walking around going, we got Xavier Worthy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was on the podcast. And then next thing you know, week 1, mock up.
Got that boy up out of there, didn't I?
His shoulder's still messed up. He'll probably be back next week though. He was close to playing this week. So
yeah, it was dislocated, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was only dislocated. Okay.
Yeah, well, no further damage. It was just a dislocation, which is good. However, if he gets hit hard in that shoulder again, it's liable to dislocate again. Yep.
Because now that's crazy, yo.
So now he got to protect that shoulder.
He might
Yeah,
have to wear that little,
once you
sling.
dislocate a limb, the limb becomes easier to dislocate afterwards.
Yep, yep, yep. That's crazy, isn't it, bro?
But
But
he'll
hey,
be able to get
good
out of
luck
some
to him.
handcuffs now.
And he fast as shit.
While he's running.
Hit my stride. Xavier.
Yeah, but that's the AFC. The NFC, I would put the Redskins and the Seahawks in the meh category. Oh, Commanders, my bad. Commanders and the Seahawks in the meh category for the NFC. Who you got in the mess in the AFC and the
NFC in the AFC? I would say, I still got a lot of love for the Texans, yo. I think the Texans going to turn it around. I see they struggling, but they trying to change their life. So I think they have the pieces there. I trust CJ Stroud a lot. I think they got the pieces there for him to come up. And then like you said, the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers leading the offensive side, and Jalen Ramsey, I feel like leading the defensive side. I think the Steelers are going to make a push into the playoffs late. Pause. And we'll see what goes from there. On the AFC side, I do like the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield. I don't know who else. Oh my God, what was that? Yeah. What was that sound?
Oh snap! The cough drop.
Oh
my bad.
No!
I'm gonna edit that out. Oh no!
Let it rock. I'll go Seahawks and Lions here for that second string. All right, now we getting into the latter part of the barrel here now, man. Now we're not at the bottom yet, but it's just starting to get sooty. Starting to get real sooty down here. So who you taking at the bottom? Well, matter of fact, let's just skip straight to the bottom here. We almost 30 minutes in. So who you think are the bottom of the barrel teams?
Yeah, let's go straight to the bottom of the barrel.
Pause.
The bottom of the barrel for the NFC is Bears and Giants.
Oh God! And that sounds like you was the resounding. You
that the Bears, man, the Bears is that team that every start of the season they're like, they're promising, they're going to do this and do that. Man, they were picked to win the division one time a couple years ago. This team just can't get right, yo.
They can't get right, bro.
They can't get right, and that's just like the Giants. The Giants also has a team that's sprinkled with talent around their team. Mm-hmm. For instance, you got Malik Neighbors. You know what I'm saying? He's a high-end wide receiver, right? Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, man, they got pieces over there. And their defense has been relatively good.
Right.
For the past couple years. But this team just can't put it together. They find ways to lose games. And the same in the AFC side, these teams do the same thing. And that's the Dolphins and the Browns. The Dolphins and the Browns find ways to lose games. The crazy part is the Dolphins to me is the worst because at least the Browns have a defense that's respectable. They just find ways to mess up, lose games. The Dolphins, they just
abysmal. Yeah, they blow everything. Wasn't Mike McDaniels fired?
No, he's not fired.
Let me check.
No, he's not fired. Everyone sees he's on the hot seat though.
Oh, okay. I thought they said. I thought I saw something this morning.
Man, you want him fired? They're probably a loss or two away from. They're probably a loss or two away where they're going to be like the such and such is the interim head coach for the rest of the season.
You're out of here, buddy. We gave you Tariq, and you couldn't do anything. You couldn't do anything with the cheetah. Get the fuck out of here. And we're done.
You know what's crazy is if they would have pivoted from Tua a long time ago, they could have had. When he started getting all those concussions and he was making those gang signs when he was like, you know what I'm saying? That's when you knew that he had some serious brain trauma.
He tried, Joe, but I mean, and the athlete is gonna keep going. The athlete is gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
I got it. I'm good.
But man, the
This is the
media did
best
him
rehab
dirty
I
too.
ever
Did you
had.
see that? They're like, why is it that whenever you have a turnover, you turn over in bunches? And he got all offended, like, I don't be turnover in bunches. What the hell you talk about turnover in bunches? My man has thrown a
Yo,
turnover in every game so far this year.
it's tough. It's tough being a quarterback, yo. But that's why you get all that money, though. Because you got to deal with that constant inflammatory line of questioning.
Yep.
It's tough. So, but yeah, the Dolphins are ass. I would say that on the NFC, on the AFC side, I would say the Dolphins and the Raiders. I just feel like
The
the
Raiders are
Raiders.
1-1.
Yeah, but it's the Raiders.
Man, you don't got no faith in Geno.
Not a fucking ounce. Ashton Gentney not looking like he's supposed to. Who are the receivers for the Raiders?
The receivers for the Raiders are mostly young receivers. They got who's their one receiver? That's
Nigga, you don't know. Just say you don't
they
know.
got
Why you gonna
Jack Beck is a rookie they drafted.
Jack Black? That's a creative player. Jack Black. You talking about
Beck. His name is Beck. And then what's his they got two young receivers that they
There's
drafted.
nothing up there, Ed. What are you looking up there for? It's nothing.
I'm looking up into my memory trying to find out.
The niggas ain't up there, dog. Get on Google.
They do have Brock Bowers. He's a solid tight end.
He is good, but it's still the Raiders. So I would say the Dolphins and the Raiders. And on the NFC side, on the NFC side, I'm definitely going not the Giants. Who else did you say? Shit. Can't get right on the NFC side. Well, the first team I'm going
The
is
Bears.
the Saints. Oh,
I thought you were going to say the Panthers.
Nah, they trying, yeah.
He said they tried.
Yeah, they trying. Yeah, they out there trying. Yeah.
The way you was clowning the Sir Purr, I thought you was really.
Sir Purr. Now, if we go on mascots, they're at the bottom of the barrel. But Bryce Young trying. Xavier Leggett trying.
I'm done with Xavier, by the way. Like, I can't wait for
is.
Jalen Coker to come off IR so we can see McMillian and fucking Coker as the two receivers. Forget all that.
Yeah. Jay, you got Horn, too, who's a good number 3.
Yeah.
I think they're going to trade Leggett because he's a physical specimen. He looked like DK Metcalf, but he don't play like DK Metcalf.
Metcalf don't play like DK Metcalf.
Not no more. See,
he never did.
DK was balling,
DK was always the guy that's on the cusp of showing who he is, but he never can consistently show that production on the field.
I think it was a couple years in Seattle that he was balling, but he started fucking with them chicks up in Seattle, and they was posting him naked online and talking about he was stealing from it. After all of that, he fell off. That's why you gotta be so careful, man. I can't imagine what it's like being in the NFL and being constantly peppered.
Yeah.
That's how women probably feel, yo. Women probably feel like they're always getting hit on and all that. So being as a man, having that happen in the NFL, strictly because of your financial assets, of course. Because if you wasn't in the league, chicks wouldn't be shooting on you like that. But I can't imagine what that's like, yo. But that's a completely different conversation. So
that's why these players just get married right off the bat, huh?
No, yo. Because now you got one that's taking all your money.
You can't win.
You can't win for losing, yo.
Yeah, you can't win. You definitely can't.
Yeah. What can you do though? It's got to be a way out. But anyway, so let's switch gears here, yo. So when we was growing up, Ed, I know when I was growing up, I grew up with my grandmother, bro, and she would always be a cooker. My grandma would always cook, bro. She would cook all the time. Whenever we would go anywhere, she'd be like, "We got that at home." She would be a wizard in the kitchen. But these days, people are opting out of the cooking thing, and for a lot of people, they would just say, when the older generations or people from an earlier time would say, "Oh, these young people can't cook." But I don't think that's the case. I don't think people can't cook. I just think there are several other options that force you, or several other factors that force you to take takeout. For one, time. Takeout's good as fuck. and just people don't feel like being in the kitchen, washing dishes, and all that shit no more. So I'm trying to change my perspective, or starting to see things that are changing my perspective. But Ed, what do you think about that question, man? Are people just lazy or don't want to cook, or is it just the factors of life and you got better options around you?
Yeah, I think all things can be true, and I think the answer is going to be different from household to household. Me personally, I think that with the expansion of like social media, and also the expansion of like delivery services. So now, like, because restaurants has always been a thing and eating out's always been a thing, but it's been more expansive now because although people don't cook as much at home, people are more people are entering the food business in different ways, from like food trucks or like sending food out. Ready-made meals are now a big thing where you can get like these healthy meals that come in these packets and they send it to you in a box that's freeze dried, and then you could create these ready-made meals that's almost like a home-cooked meal but ready-made. Obviously, when we say almost like a home-cooked meal, we also disclude the seasonings that, you know, or we could say those are cultural.
May not be included.
It may or may not be included, but you're gonna get the ready-made meal. Yeah. And I think that with people now are so busy, people are more busy now than they used to be. Where now the households back then, we had a structure where it was a housewife or house husband. Because even back then, there was house husbands, even though we didn't really talk about them. They were there. Those fools was cooking. But someone would stay home and cook, take care of the house, while someone would bring home things. So that was the standard thing. Now, everybody works in the households now, so no one has time to be sitting down. And I think it's a shame. Yeah, even the kids are going out and being independent. And nowadays, like, let's say, like, for instance, in my perspective, most of our whole families are now mostly adults at this point. So as we all have jobs and whatnot, we're out and about. Before we come home, usually someone would get themselves something to eat, or get themselves and someone else in the house something to eat. I'll cook something, and then guess what? 70% of the house already ate something. So now the pot of food's just sitting there, and then I got to put it in the fridge, and then I got to basically eat the leftovers because hardly anybody eats leftovers that often. So I'm like,
eat leftovers like
for the sake of not letting the food go to waste, I'm eating the leftovers, getting bored of the same food for 2 days straight to make sure I'm not throwing food. So then it kind of takes away your desire to cook, because if everybody's already eating, you know.
So you brought up a good thing there, Ed, man. So you touched on a very good point, bro. As far as the sanctity or ritual of family meals, bro. I guess that fast food culture or takeout culture, if you say, that doesn't necessarily have to be fast food. You could get some shit from a local formal restaurant brought to your house as takeout.
Yeah, that's all from the Postmates, Uber, DoorDash, you name it, they can send it, bring it right to your doorstep.
For sure. Cracker Barrel, you get Cracker Barrel delivered to your house. So
Correct.
What I'm saying is, and I think this hasn't been the case in decades, right? But has that dissolving of the family sitting around the table, talking, catching up, how was school, how was work, what do you got tomorrow, how's your driver's test going, etc. Has that gone away? Impact? I'm undoubtedly, I think so, for sure. But I just let me hear what you say. Has that impacted the family fabric, I guess you could say?
I would say in most cases, yes. But as we know, we all evolve, so we find ways to kind of like circumvent those losses that we get from sitting around the family table and everyone's sitting together and discussing how their day went, which I think that's one of the best parts of having a family meal, is that may be the time when you catch up with the rest of your family you may not have seen the entire day, or haven't even seen in days, and they're sitting at the table. You can ask them, hey, what you been up to while you're eating at the table? And I think that's the most important part of family meals, is the fact that everyone gets together for that moment while they're nourishing themselves with the food that was made in the house, you know, basically made with love, so to speak. And everyone's enjoying the meals together and like getting together and being with each other and having those conversations. And I think that does take away from the closeness that you have in the family dynamics. But at the same time, I think sometimes that could be replaced with family trips in family gatherings or family game nights, family movie nights. So these things kind of got added into the mix to kind of circumvent the loss of eating together at the table. However, it's still needed, I think. I still think it's needed because it's something different about breaking bread with someone. It's more intimate, saying like you don't just go sit down and eat with someone you don't like. You know what I'm saying? You don't just like, hey, let's go eat together. It's like, nah, it's a different kind of it's a different kind of feeling that you get when you're sitting down and eating together, you know? And I think that's important.
It's an intimate moment.
Yeah, it definitely is. And that's why like dinner dates are such a it's always going to be a big thing. The number one thing you do on a date is eating together. Whether you go to see a movie, go to see a play, go to do an event like golf or go do like an activity, what do you do before or after the activity on that date? You're going to go get some food. And you want to get some good food to sit down so you can impress your date saying, hey, I know this great food spot.
You up on this, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's important because it's a lot of us get closer together when we're eating together.
So let me try to let me pull it back to the centered question a little bit. So do you think it's the fact that people can't cook, or do you think it's just I have other things to do? I can cook tandoori, but I can't cook it like they can. So I'm gonna go over there and I want that taste tonight, and then tomorrow I might want some Afghan food, and then Thursday night I might want some Nepalese food tomorrow, and then night after that I might want a fucking burger from Bubba's, you know, and I can please my palate more than I can chef it up.
Yeah, I think that definitely goes into it too, because if you think about it, it's like, why am I going through the trouble to do this? Because literally there's a restaurant for that, or a food truck for that, or a food spot that could deliver me that, or I could go to the grocery store where they now sell these frozen meals that I could probably spice up and make it my own as well. Ready home meals that have different cultural ready home meals. But I think the same thing that is the reason why people don't, is the same thing is that we also have more how to DIY videos on how to do stuff now. Like you can literally say, hey, I want to make this specific dish. Go on YouTube and there's a motherfucker like cooking that dish, and you can just follow step by step.
Yep.
And literally make that dish. So it's like we have the capabilities. I think people that don't know how to cook can learn how to cook. That's what's good about cooking is that it's not hard to learn. It just takes dedication and time and effort. So if the person is dedicated in saying, I'm going to learn at least how to cook 3 or 4 great dishes. And usually what that happens is when you get those 3 or 4 dishes and you perfect them, it expands your ability to cook other things because you learned so much from perfecting those dishes. And I think that's just a matter of just desire more so than that. And I think time is a reason. People are on the go now. Nothing is the main thing, though. Yeah, that's the main reason. Everyone is on the go now. We don't have time to be sitting around. I ain't got time. I gotta be in the airport in 2 hours. I'm just gonna get something on the way to the airport, or I got somewhere to be tomorrow. I don't have time to be cooking. Then I gotta put it in the fridge. It's probably gonna go bad in the fridge. I'm just gonna get something on the way. So people find reasons on why they shouldn't, but I think that's why Thanksgiving meals become more important. Because now that is the one meal you can't escape. It's like, if we're going to eat together on this meal, damn it, because we don't get to eat together anymore. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's meals become more important. Dinners, stuff like that. Sunday dinners, or even birthday events where these are moments where you can say, yeah. Well, but you still do it together as a family. Right. So even though you go to a restaurant, you're all sitting together eating, and I think that's the real important thing. It's the same
visceral experience. It's
exactly.
Just nobody cooked it. So, but I would say 2 things though. Time, you were speaking to it like I got to go to the airport. When I get off work, when you get off work, when people get off work, let's say you had to get up early, get your kids ready, drop your kids off at school, then you go put in your 8, 8.5, 9, pause, whatever you got put in. Then you get off. Pick your kids up, fight through traffic, do sports. If they got sports, there's no way that you can cook. You know, you get home at 6 o'clock, bro.
And if you can, what meal are you going to cook in that little bit of time?
Boiled
mac and cheese, the box mac and cheese with some boiled hot dogs. You slice them down, some fried hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Gangster girls. You know, mac and cheese is banned in a lot of countries, y'all. I just figured that
Really?
out.
And why is that?
Our mac and cheese that we eat in that blue crab, I got the blues. When you eat that shit, you're gonna have the blues, nigga, because you're gonna be in the hospital. I got leukemia. Fucking with that, but that's just a segue. Look it up. Other countries, European countries, Asian countries, they don't sell that shit, but it is an American dish. But
Yeah.
like I was saying, so it's that factor of time, and then, dog. Honestly, I didn't realize this until I got by myself. But sometimes it's more cost effective, unless you're doing the meal prepping thing and you're gonna cook for 5 days. It's more cost effective to just do that one, because by the time I go get the chicken breast, the seasoning, the chicken broth, and and all the ingredients I need,
It adds up.
Amounts. Yeah,
it
exactly.
adds up.
It adds up for sure. So I think,
and inflation, I think, has gone up to the part where grocery shopping has gone up to the point where it almost costs as much to get the ingredients than it does to buy it from a restaurant. The price difference sometimes can be relatively close, and you're like, holy shit.
They cook volume, because Panda Express cooks volume, so that inflation on chicken breast doesn't hit them like it hits you.
Yeah.
You cooking for 1 or 2, they cooking for 500, so they can buy a gang of chicken thighs and breasts and all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I like bulgogi, Korean barbecue. This bulgogi.
What you say?
Bulgogi. You ever heard of bulgogi?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yes. I thought
it's a Korean barbecue place. Man, they be stacking your shit like, yo, it's 2 meals in one. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to eat half of this now, and an hour and a half from now, I eat the other half.
Because they use drifter meat.
Bro.
Use drifter meat.
I'm never going to eat that again.
Job, nigga. I'm here for the job. Somebody plug their ass. You have no family in your
What's that movie on Netflix where they were turning immigrants into old people so that the meat get tender, and then making burgers out of them and selling it in a fast food restaurant.
Hold on, run that past me again.
You never saw that movie?
They was Benjamin Buttoning homeless people. They was speeding up their
Not homeless people, just like immigrants and shit.
Oh, they doing the immigrants like that?
Yeah, they were doing the immigrants like that, and then they were giving them. They had them in this home, and then they were feeding them, and it was basically a program to place them somewhere and help them get citizenship faster. And then what they really was doing was, here's the trick: they got young people, right, and say, hey, you go on this program for like a year or so, and you help the elderly. It was like some kind of give back. You help the elderly. While you're helping the elderly, then we'll give you your citizenship. So like, oh, this is a good pass to get citizenship. But really, the elderly was them. They were feeding them at lunch, drugging them with this drug that was turning them old. And once they got old, they became the elderly. And all they were doing was taking care of the elderly until it was time to turn them into burgers, bro.
So they was culturing their self up for their next step.
Because it made the meat more tender by aging them.
Who figured that out?
Yo, it's some crazy. You gotta see this movie. It's crazy. It's on Netflix. I can't believe I forgot the name of it.
But Age My Meat.
Nah, bro. I don't even know what it's called. It's a crazy ass movie, yo.
Movie,
it's crazy because it's a comedy. It actually is like a horror comedy, and you'll crack up because it's like they really like lean into the crazy shit. Like, yo, they're really turning these people into hamburgers.
That's crazy. I knew McDonald's was shady. Yeah. All right, so while we on this topic of movies, man, we both saw some pretty decent movies recently, man. I know you was telling me about the Demon Slayer movie, and I seen some crazy cuts of people having cameras in the theater and recording fights in the movie theater at that movie. Like multiple. What's going on with that Demon Slayer movies that's making niggas want to squabble up in the theater?
Hey, yo, I don't know what's going on, but I have been seeing, like, I can't believe, like, this to me is like probably the biggest, like the largest event when it comes to like an anime, because it's like there had other animes that come out theater, like Dragon Ball Z superhero was really big, but it didn't bring that festivity that this one is bringing now.
And
I don't know
event.
where it came
Yeah.
from, but yeah, Demon Slayer right now is probably one of the most popular mangas that worldwide. A lot of like hardcore anime buffs or like manga readers kind of like look at it as mid. So there's this always this thing, but it tends to still be one of the most popular either way. Where you have like some groups that was like this, but you can't
Even
deny.
hating on it.
Yes. But even the hate gives it attention. But what's good about it is just the storyline itself. It's more so family oriented, and it's enriched with so much emotion and trauma that happens, and that's what I think makes it. And then you incorporate like top level animation. Like it has very beautiful animation art style, and then you incorporate the crazy fight scenes that you get. The fight scenes are crazy in this anime, and Infinity Castle is basically the movie that we're seeing now is the third act of the entire story. So like it has 4 seasons that lead up to this moment where they're fighting all of the demons. The Infinity Castle is like this interdimensional location that's controlled by one of the demons that plays an instrument that can expand and also rotate the castle like a puzzle piece. So it's like a large maze that just, but it's, think of it as being infinite. It's an infinite space that just expands and expands and expands, right? So the Infinity Castle arc is basically all the demon slayers gets transported into this castle, and now it's the final battle for the end of the storyline. Like it's either they're gonna die or they're gonna kill all the demons, and that's
the last stand.
Yeah, so it's not like you can't just go in the movie blind. You'll be lost because this is the final act.
The build up to this.
Yeah, it builds up to
I want to
this.
see the last Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, like or like let's say you see the season finale of Stranger Things in the theater.
Okay.
So it's a 3-movie arc. So these 3 movies is basically the season, the final season in 3 movies, and Infinity Castle's part 1 of the 3 movies, and it's just basically fights. So of course, there's going to be anime is known for giving you backstory and stuff within the fights to like expand on why this fight transpired the way it did, and then you all of a sudden it'll go to a flashback to show you this character's arc that led them to this moment type of thing. If you see Dragon Ball Z, you'll know about that every time like Gohan's about to do a crazy move, he'll talk about what happened when he was a kid, and this is why I'm able to use this move now. Like that's
Father groomed me for this moment.
Yes, yeah. Demon Slayer kind of does that, but they do it in a different kind of way. But man, the fight scenes, especially the Akaza fight with Giyu and Tanjiro, that fight was ridiculous because a lot was learned in that fight.
I didn't see the movie, but I was in the movie theater, and we was talking about it, and I saw your excitement from it. So I peeked open the door. Them niggas was scrapping. As soon as I opened the door, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, you seen a fight scene?
As soon as I peeked in the movie theater, and as soon as I opened the door, motherfucker just jabbed straight through the door. Niggas was scrapping on the screen. The crowd, I haven't heard a crowd like that. Like, oh,
yeah. It was pretty intense. It's 3
group of people.
It was 3 fights in that movie. And like me for myself, I read the whole manga, so I already know everything that happens. But what's cool is the anime expands on some of the storylines. So there's stuff that you'll get from the anime that wasn't in the manga. It's more like an expansive, like more backstory, so to speak. So you kind of get a little extra from it. But then instead of seeing stills of the fight, you're seeing that fight take full life, and that's when you kind of know like the last arc of this manga's got so many crazy fights in it, and I'm like, I can't, and it doesn't disappoint. If you like fight scenes, you're gonna like this the fight scenes in this because it's just intense fight scenes.
So
I'm talking about
enjoy it.
We're planning on going to go see it again to get to just to kind of like soak it in. Yeah. But we're gonna go to a matinee where it's cheaper, obviously. But yeah, I'll see that joint again. It was very entertaining, and then also there's a lot of emotional elements to it. So if you're in the right setting, it might pull your heartstrings a little bit. But when you're watching it with a family, Nah, I didn't. Nah, because at the same time, since I had already read the story, I knew it was happening. But like, if I'd have went in there blind, not knowing where the story was going, I probably would have been emotional about it. Because it's a lot of trauma. Like, we're talking about, these are kids. The thing is that these are young adults and young kids. Like, Tanjiro, the main character, is 14 years old in the beginning of the story. And then now 13 years old. And then he's about 16, 17 when we get to the end of the story. And then one of the top level, the Miss Hashira, Tokido, he's only 14 at the end of this story. Like, dude's super young, but he's like a fighting genius. So he like excelled super high. Then turns out he's a descendant of the first breather, which is a sun breather, Yoshiro. It goes off of breathing techniques. You got sun breathing, which is the first breathing technique, and then his twin brother. So his twin brother is unable to master sun breathing, so he created his own form called moon breathing. And then from there, all of the arts came out of that. So the elementals like water breathing, fire, flame breathing, wind breathing, mist breathing, stone breathing. Another character has love breathing. Then you got beast breathing. You got serpent breathing.
So it's like different houses, I guess you
yeah. And then you got sound breathing. So these different breathing techniques are derivatives and branch off of those other techniques. So right there, the top left corner, that's a Kazaa. He's the level 3, so to speak. Yeah. He's the upper 3 ranked demon, which it goes by rankings. Muzan is like the creator. He's the main demon that created all the demons. And the more pure the blood, the closer you are to him, the more powerful you are. And the Kazaa is the 3rd level. You know, there's only 2 demons higher than him. And then the guy that's fighting above him, that's Giyu, he's the water Hashira, and right down below that's Tanjiro, the main character, who also is a water breathing technique, but he also has his father's breathing technique, which is Hinokami Kagura, which is later known that he was doing sun breathing all along. So yeah, I know way too much about this, huh?
That's deep. Man, my kids sort of watch like some of the Korean anime things that are coming out now, and I mean, this has always been interesting. I know when I was growing up, I definitely used to watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z. Like I said, I used to watch a lot of Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho, whatever the fuck it was called. A lot of the anime stuff. But it's different strokes for different folks, man.
I mean, for me, I was huge into anime when I was younger, and then of course I got away from it. I'm doing different things. I'm adulting and whatnot. But then it's like meeting my wife and like her kids, they're huge into anime as well. So it just reawakened my love for anime, and I started seeing animes that I haven't seen and expanding my my catalog and to learn reintroduction to anime. And it's kind of one of the things that we went as a family. It was super entertaining because we all were going in there knowing what we're walking into. Me and my son, my biological son, Edwin, he never watched really anime for real, but then I got him to start watching it with me, and we ended up binge watching the whole thing all the way through leading up to this movie, and then we all went as a blended family. So I mean, see,
the thing about anime is, in our cultures, I don't know how deep it goes in Hispanic culture, but I know in Black culture it's a thing like anime, nigga, you watch anime and shit like that. And a lot of Black dudes do like anime, but they'll suppress it or keep it in their back pocket.
Oh yeah, pretend like they don't really know.
That shit is so whack, yo. I mean, if you like something, like that shit. I mean, who gives a fuck?
It's like comics. Like, I'm huge into comics. Like, this is American. All anime is Japanese version of this. You got the manga is basically Japanese comics. So it's not like it's no different. It's like the culture's the culture. It's just they have different storylines that's based on some of their historical facts, and they create fictional. Same with our comics is same thing. Like, with X-Men and all that, how it all portrays into the dynamics of our culture being integrated from segregation and, not accepting somebody because they different. They're just putting them in different forms, and that's really what we're dealing with storytelling, is taking truth and bending it into a fictional story to tell a truthful lesson.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And it's basically a good versus evil. Demon Slayer is a good versus evil tale about how even the evil, when you come to see it, because what makes Demon Slayer so special to me is that every time a demon gets slain by Tanjiro, you get a backstory of that demon before they were a demon. Because remember, they live forever, so these demons hundreds of years ago, they don't have memories of their human lives no more, so they have no idea. And when for some reason, when Tanjiro kills them, it links them to their human memory, and it's almost like their redemption song. Of them, getting peace. And Tanjiro's like sense of smell. He can smell like emotions, so he could see sadness, and then he goes and he like gives them this like comfort while they're disintegrating, because their body's disintegrating, and he holds their hand. So it's crazy how he has this passion for them, even though they were demons, because he knew at one point they were humans, and not all of them were bad humans, but a lot of them were. So you don't feel sorry for most of them, but there's a few of them where you kind of see their backstory. You're like, dang, it was so sad. Yep, they got caught up in trauma, and then they turned into a demon, and of course they forgot their human life. So the lesson there is like trying to hold on to your humanity and staying pure and having integrity. That's basically the lesson.
Is it dubbed out? Is it dubbed out or is it in English?
Both. It's both. If you go to the theater now, you could choose to watch it in dub format, or you could choose to watch it in sub. Now, this is, I think, the first time that I would say that I've seen that option was possible. But believe it or not, what's yo's name from? Dang, how did I forget his name already? He was in like Magic Mike. What's his name?
Oh shit. The white guy, Channing Tatum.
Yeah, Channing Tatum was a voice in one of the characters in the movie.
Oh, shit. That's what's up.
It kind of show you that there's A-listers kind of gravitating to cross over to this. So it's kind of interesting seeing that.
The money is at. And that's the thing I said they're gonna cross over to wherever the money is at, and that's what I was getting to with anime. Like people would be like, "Oh, you watching anime?" But I mean, it's a worldwide phenomenon.
Look at K-pop Demon Hunters.
Millions of people love it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Millions of people love that shit. And it's on the radio now. So take your inhibitions back, yo. Just be yourself. Not you, Ed.
Yeah. But sometimes people just gotta it's like sometimes you explore it. Like anime is just like any kind of movie or animated movie. There's some movies that you like, some movies that you don't. It's like there's a different flavor of tea within these, and one might not be your cup of tea, but one might be. You like politically based, like thought provocative type of storytelling. Watch Attack on Titan, which deals with a lot of political points of views of what is good and what is bad. Like you really struggle with trying to figure out what makes a person good and what makes a person a bad guy. And it also lets you know that everybody's a hero in their own story. Not all villains think they're the villain. They think they're the hero. So it's like Attack on Titan really dives into that dynamic storyline. And I think it's probably one of the most well written in giving you that. And it's very disturbing too, by the way, because it's based upon gigantic titans, human-like titans that eat people. Like you're literally a snack. Like he'll grab your hand and go and rip you apart, and you're seeing all of this graphic flesh getting ripped apart. So yeah, if you can't be faint of heart watching Attack on Titan, but it's got such.
A cartoon, though.
It's an animated, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why, but I don't call it a cartoon. I think cartoon is like Looney Tunes. Shorts are cartoons, but full feature length films that's animated, I wouldn't call it a cartoon. I don't know. Maybe it is. Is it by definition a cartoon is anything animated, or is it like shorts and clips? Because like Looney Tunes and like all that, I call those cartoons.
I guess.
Or Animaniacs cartoons.
Animated. Live. I guess I'm thinking about live action animation, like James and the Giant Peach. Remember?
Oh, okay. Or like Lion King, the new Lion King.
Was like CGI. Or they make
it's all CGI because they call that a live action, but that's CGI.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was CGI. That's AI. Chat GPT made that shit, niggas.
Yeah.
This is a live action.
But I mean, what's your deal with it? Would you watch a movie that was animated? Like even
I
if it was
have.
an adult movie,
Yeah,
like
yeah, I have. I'll continue to. What's an animated movie I watched? I guess would you count um what's it's the series of movies with the dude with the big ass chin? Not Hellboy. It's like a film noir type thing. I can't remember what the name of the series of the movies was, but Jessica Alba, my wife, was in it. Um,
are you talking about Sin City?
Sin City types of movies.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah.
say those are animated movies? Because it's not.
Not really, because it's just like it's filmed in a very comic book style art form, but it's still
Animation.
live action actors though. So I wouldn't
Mickey
say,
Rourke.
yeah,
Okay.
but it definitely felt like a comic book come to life, like Sin City. I
Yeah.
like the format of how they did that. I wish the
Max
second
Payne.
movie was better than
Yeah.
it wasn't as good the second one. But
was
man,
true.
that first Sin City was excellent.
It was good. It was
Yeah,
good.
Mickey Rourke was in there. He was that one crazy dude that was beating for everybody. For Jessica Alba. Was it Jessica Alba, the girl he was
I
trying?
beat everybody ass for Jessica Alba too. Baby,
Yeah.
I love you. Listen, hold on, calm down here. Let me drop you off real quick. Hold on, yeah. No, hold on. I gotta tell my baby this. Jessica, if you see this girl, I love you. All right, come home. I'm sorry for what I did. And we can work it out. You know, God is good. And we belong together, just like Mariah Carey said. Back to our regular schedule, bro. Yeah, yo, so
Was that to Jessica Alba?
that was to Jessica Alba. Jessica, love you. Jessica, love
Hey, yo,
you.
she might see that, yo.
I hope she do, yo. She know what's going on. I've been calling you, bitch. I'm sorry, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So it sounds like to me that's I think I'm gonna have to go check that out, yo. I didn't have any intentions.
Yo, the next picture we see of you is gonna be a mugshot.
Baltimore-based Negro found outside of Jessica Alba's house, pelting eggs, screaming, "Bitch, call me!" Oh, should I laugh? Why'd you do it, Sean? I was lonely and horny. Well, I love you, Justin. All right, yeah. So that was. I think I'm gonna go see that movie, dog. We got some extra time today, man. It's football about to kick off in about an hour. You know, Rams versus Eagles. What time y'all play today?
Ravens are playing Monday night.
I've been waiting all day for Monday. Oh, that's the Sunday.
Wait, is that still the song? Did they change it?
I think they did. I think it's Shabuzi. They got
No,
Shabuzi up there, yeah.
no.
Everybody come play football. If you want to steal Jaquan's song, Shabuzi, yo. Shabuzi came up off of Jaquan. Remember Jaquan?
Yeah.
All my life, dirty. I've been living dirty. I'm gonna keep. Jaquan put that song that he got out. One, here comes the two to the three to the
You're
four.
four. Yeah.
Remember Jaquan?
Yeah.
Had, everybody in the club
Getting tipsy. Shh. Out in the club getting tipsy. One. Here comes the 3 to the 2 to the 4.
Niggas stay stealing people's shit, yo. I feel like if you steal somebody's record without hollering at them, you should be able to slide on them on site. Now,
Yeah.
Jaquan probably about 50 years old now, and Shabuzi probably about 30, so he might get his ass beat. That's the problem.
What, did he do the song exactly like that?
He just put a country flair on it.
Wow.
Look, listen.
Swagger jacking.
Swagger check. Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. That's the term.
Yo, Wu-Tang called them shark biters.
You biting sharks. Damn, you bottom of the barrel. You at the bottom. Let me put this shit up. Oh, that's wrong.
My man is that little fish that be on the shark. What are those things called that stay on the shark and just pick their teeth and shit?
Yeah. Leeches. What do they call barnacle ass niggas? So yeah, man. So yeah, man, that's good. I think that I think that I'm going to try to broaden my horizons to things like that too, man, because I fell into that scope for a while. Because like I said, I did used to really love anime, but I don't know if I intentionally shunned it because of a notion. I definitely know I didn't do that. I think I just got older and just was starting to do some other shit.
Yeah, because there's some animes that's tailored more to a younger crowd. You got to just find the anime that kind of leans into what sparks your interest. And I think that for the most part, for me, it was more so like something that I could watch with my family members and enjoy it together and have discussions about what's going on and talk about the skill sets and all that stuff, because there's a lot involved in them. And then some animes are just real cheesy and you might like that kind of humor. So understanding that it's a different cultural difference in the way they do it, because in anime, obviously they have those little funny faces that they make, like the cartoony, and and whenever you see that, it's because it's a funny moment or embarrassing moment. It's like understanding why the animation changed.
Context. Right.
In the context of it is why it's like it's good, and then you also see when they look,
exactly.
they like draw them like real like perfect. That's when they're like stoic and like looking heroic, and you're like, oh snap! And I like that because they're doing visual acting that way,
accentuating this point. Right?
Yeah, especially like you seen One Punch Man.
Yes,
One Punch Man really utilizes that because you see Saitama, which is the main character that they call One Punch Man. Saitama, whenever he's like being like all like heroic, his face is perfectly in a V, more like a V shaped, and then it gets super round and like clumsy looking whenever he's like his stupid self is like, oh, and then it's like you could tell when he's serious and when he's not based on the animation of his face. And you're like, oh, you see his face get like this, you know he about to tear some shit down.
It's battle time.
It's battle time. He's One Punch Man right now. And then he turns back to Saitama with the round face looking like nerdy and like unassumingly like not dangerous at all, can't hurt nobody.
Right.
He has a corny ass suit, yellow and red, just looking like not even dangerous, and then just goes mad.
Knock your whole shit out.
Destroyed.
I wonder how he found out. Have they ever tell how he found out he could do one punch?
Yeah, he just did 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups every day. That's it.
It's some kids in Korea doing that.
My man just did a bunch of sit-ups and push-ups until he got strong. That's what he did. He literally says it, and no one believes that that's all he did. And he would run every day. He just did the basic exercises that a human does, but on an infinite level. And then everyone like, there's no way. He just, pow.
1,000 push-ups a day is crazy.
It is crazy.
And he was like 14. He was a little kid. Mm-hmm. Strong as shit.
Yo, my man said that he wanted to become a superhero because he was bored and wanted something to do.
Damn, yo. Humble beginnings.
He's like, I just wanted to be a hero because I had nothing better to do.
My food stamps happen to arrive, Jeff, so.
That's the most entertaining anime I always watch because it's so hilarious because you got these demonic villains that are like slaying everything, and he just walks up like, oh, hey, I think it's time for you to stop what you're doing. I will destroy you. Dead. Peace out. And then he gets sad because he's bored because it took one punch.
Nobody else.
So he's just going through his life just wanting to be challenged, and he doesn't get no challenge. He's like, oh, I was sure that he was going to be able to take more than one punch.
You gotta start doing 900 push-ups a day, yo. You going too hard, yo.
Yo, it's just the most hilarious thing.
That's crazy, yo. But anyway, yo. So yeah, I'm about to start doing 1,000 push-ups a day. I need to get my mind right. Anyway,
hey man, be like One Punch Man. Push-ups and sit-ups. That's it. You just gotta keep doing. And when you're tired, do 1,000 more.
Jesus Christ, it's not enough time in a day. I'm definitely gonna be having takeout if I do that shit.
Yeah. He gonna do the ordering exercise. He's like, he bought these things, and it's gonna be like these little straps that go around your arms, and it just like triggers your muscles. It's like, what are you doing? I'm doing push-ups right now, and your muscles going. Ding, 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 ding. It's like it's sending electrical impulses in my muscles, causing them to exercise like I'm doing real push-ups.
That shit would be lit.
It would be lit, wouldn't it? You just walking around like you just walk. Put one on your shoulder. It's like I want to get my Kegels, so it's like.
Isn't that your Gucci?
Isn't that? Oh, the trap. Did I say Kegels?
Oh,
he's like, oh, there was an anime where they got the coochie on the shoulder. That's what it is.
That's a Pokemon. Coochie shoulders. Coochie paw, go coochie shoulders.
It's called Kegelman.
Kegelman. Kiko. Put your hand in there and make you bust a nut.
Yep.
Epic, yep. Yep. That's the design.
Someone's gonna look that up thinking that's a real anime. It's not a real anime. So it was like, I gotta look that up right now. Kigomon.
I haven't seen that on the porn side.
I've never seen a pussy on a shoulder before.
That would be crazy, yo. You would have to wear them big shoulder pads, yo. Anyway, yo, see how we getting crazy? It's getting to the last 15 minutes.
That's the last one again, yo.
The last 15 minutes, yo. It never fails.
It never fails.
Let's cover one more thing. We got a couple more things.
He said those are called your traps. I bet they are.
It was a trap for me. It was a trap for me.
I trapped myself into that situation.
Oh my goodness. All right, Joe. So let's get into it. Let's look at what we got coming this week. Of course, the Bills and the Dolphins already played, so we won't look into that too much. But let's take a look at who is on the slate this week and see what you think or who you think is going to win. So we got a few games coming up this week. We have, of course, like I said, the Dolphins and the Bills have already played. We got the Bengals. Let's just go through it real quick, and we'll just go. And we're going to do this for the rest of the football season, guys. We're just going to run through this real quick and see who we think we're going to play. So let's go from top to bottom. Falcons, Panthers. Who you got, Ed?
Falcons at Panthers. Everything in me is telling me that the Falcons should win that game, but something tells me that the Panthers got something up their sleeve. I'm going to go Panthers in that one. They're going to win that game 24-17.
I don't know about that one, man. I think Bijan been cooking. They don't have the best offensive weapon the offensive power as far as passing touchdowns, but Bijan has been an anchor, so I'm gonna take the Falcons there against the Panthers. Steelers, Patriots. Who you got, Ed?
Steelers, Patriots. This is an interesting matchup here. The Steelers, they showed what they can do in week 1, putting up points in bunches with Aaron Rodgers, but they also showed that Aaron Rodgers is old in week 2. So it's like, which Steelers are we going to get from an offensive standpoint? Packers. The Patriots, however, I like how Drake May is really coming along really well. They have a pretty solid running game. And I don't know. For some reason, it's Patriots at home. I'm gonna take the Patriots on the close one. They're gonna win by a field goal. Let's say 24-21.
You taking Patriots there, 24-21?
Patriots. Yep.
I'm gonna roll with the Steelers in this game. I think the veteran experience there by Rodgers and Ramsey on the back end is gonna lead them over that. Patriots team is trying to come back. They're trying to get their life back. I don't think they will ever get back to dynasty mode. Oh yeah, see, we laughing.
They're never. It's like the computer just laughed at them.
They'll never get back to dynasty mode. I'm taking Steelers there. This is going to be a good one. The tale of two fucked up quarterbacks. Bengals versus the Vikes. Who are you taking there, Ed?
Yeah, 2 backup quarterbacks playing in this game. I think that the Bengals don't really the Bengals having to travel over to Minnesota is what's going to be their detriment. What Browning's going to do there, I think he's still going to be somewhat productive with that offense because you got 2 top tier receivers there. So I think that's also going to be a tight game. But for some reason, I don't know why, Carson Wentz, that's the question to this game is, how well is Carson Wentz going to play with this Vikings team? They still don't have Jordan Addison yet, but they have Justin Jefferson, and they have Hawkinson, and also got Jalen Naylor, who has been underwhelming. I expected him to be way better in this offense. Aaron Jones is on IR. Who's the running back that's playing now for them right now? The backup.
Eagleman.
Is it the running back that was with the 49ers? Didn't he go to the Vikings? What's his name? Jordan
Mason.
Jordan Mason, right?
Mason.
Okay, so I think I like the Vikings in this one. Their run game is gonna really dictate everything, and I think Carson Wentz is playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's like, hey, look, everybody forgot about me, and you got Justin Jefferson catching passes from Carson Wentz. I don't think he's as mobile as he used to be, but if their run game really takes off, I think they'll control the clock. and the Bengals defense is still suspect. So I'm going to give the Vikings on a close game. The Bengals are going to come back down to earth without Joe Burrow and take their first L of the week. That's going to be Vikings 27, Bengals 17.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna ride with you on that one with the Vikings. I just think in the battle of the bullshitters, home field advantage is going to reign supreme. So I'm just taking the Vikings there strictly because both teams are in shambles due to the quarterback situation. Even though JJ McCarthy is not looking like the savior of the franchise, like he's going to be the one to lead them out. But
hey, he's still young, man. Technically, even though he's the second year, it's his rookie year. Technically, he was in IR all of last year.
He's a fuckboy.
I wouldn't say don't give up on JJ yet. He hasn't looked as good as he should have looked in his first game, but hey, we'll see.
I'm not rocking with him, but I'm taking the Vikes here. Next game, Packers versus Browns.
That's the easiest pick for me. I think the Packers are going to devastate the Browns. And it's really like if the Browns had a mobile quarter. This game's going to show the NFL that it's time for mobile quarterbacks. The stationary pocket quarterbacks are a thing of the past, and you got a type of defense the Packers got probably one of the youngest defensive teams, and then you just added Micah Parsons to it. They're going to be flying around. Joe Flacco's not going to have much time in the pocket. He's going to get interior and exterior. Flacco's still starting. He's not going to be able to be mobile in the pocket. He's going to throw some interceptions. He's going to get sacked. I think the Packers are going to slaughter the Browns.
What you taking point wise?
The Browns defense still is good though, so they might keep it close at first. But I think that over time the Browns defense is gonna wear, so it's gonna be close in the first half. I'd say they get to 28. They score in bunches in the second half. The first half's probably gonna be close, so 28-13.
28-13. Okay, I like it. I'm taking the Pack there as well. Just offensively, defensively, they're outmatching the Browns there, even though they're away. Next game, speaking off in about 35. Those God sent Los Angeles Rams versus them fuck ass Eagles. Who you taking at?
Okay, I need some information. What's the health looking like for the Rams? No significant injuries?
Only person out is our center, Steve Avila.
Your center.
That's a big thing. Yeah, he's out.
That's kind of huge.
Well, Steve played guard.
I think that the Rams defense is definitely enough to give the Eagles trouble. And surprisingly, the Eagles have not been as dominant in their past two victories as expected, especially with the passing game. They've really relied a lot on Jalen Hurts' legs and Saquon Barkley's legs to get him through. I think this is going to be the game where the Eagles get tested on understanding that that's not going to be enough against the top tier teams. The Rams are going to give them trouble, and I think they might serve them their first loss. Not saying this because you're a Rams fan. I'm just looking at the situation. Even though it's at home, I think that the Rams are going to give them trouble, but it's going to be a close game. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. This might be like a 17-10 type of game. Rams win 17-10.
Rams win 17-10. I like it. I'm taking the Rams here because fuck everything else. Next game we got is the Texans versus the Jaguars.
This is where the Texans get back in the win column. I think that their defense is going to show up like it should have. It should be showing up. But their defense is a little bit underrated. I think their defense is better than
you talking about the Texans?
Yes, the Texans defense is going to be a lot better.
I think the D is good?
Nah, bro, pause. You tried.
Almost got you.
Yo. I've been waiting for this moment. It's like you've trained me well. You've trained me well, Sensei. I did not fall for it.
Go ahead, continue.
Super pause. I think the Texans get back in the win column on this, and I think they're going to win by multiple scores. I'll say Texans 31, Jaguars 20.
I like that. I do agree with you there, even though I don't know if this game is going to be in Melbourne or in London or whatever, but it is technically a home game for the Jags. I am taking the Texans here because I think CJ is about to turn it around. People getting tired of him, he getting tired of people.
It's going to be in Jacksonville.
Okay, it's in Jacksonville, so it's a home game for the Texans.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the game where the coach is going to be like, Jacksonville, the community, Duval.
Isn't this what you Negroes like? Duval. Anybody want to go to Popeyes?
It's Jacksonville, the community. You lost.
You lost.
All right.
Oh my goodness! Fuck Jacksonville Jaguars. Respect. Shout out to Travis Hunter. Next game is
shout out to Travis Hunter.
The Jets versus the Buccaneers.
Man, I got the Jets slaughtering the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in it. Nah.
What?
I'm joking. I think the Jets is Tyrod Taylor going to be starting for the Jets. As my bad. Can we rewind? Tyrod Taylor. Yeah. This never happened because I'm gonna start from this point. The Jets definitely are gonna take this one right here. It's like I'm just playing. It's gonna be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Isn't Tyrod Taylor gonna be starting for the Jets since Justin Fields is nursing that injury?
You are correct, Edwin.
This is the first time that we had this conversation.
Jet out mind tricks. This is your first time viewing this episode.
You didn't hear anything. No, but I don't know where Tyrod Taylor is at as far as like he had his moments where he has shined. Now he got done dirty the past couple years. You know that the injury situation. Remember that happened with the Chargers. He got told he was going to be the starter, and then he pretty much got slighted.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I think that he always had an opportunity to really show who he was, and I think his best time to shine was when he was with the Bills that one year, where he led them to their first playoff, appearance.
He was a captain in
I believe so. But Tyrod Taylor's like, where is he at right now as far as, because he's always been either getting injured or just being so far in the background. So I don't know. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home is just too much for the Jets. The Jets is just the type of team right now where they also can't get right. They have talent on their team, but it just seems like on both sides of the ball too. That's the crazy part. It just seems like they're like the bad news bears. They just keep falling into bad luck. But Tampa,
Bills last week. He was tripping on that.
When did I say that?
I did. Said they was going to beat the Bills.
I said that they could.
You said they could beat the Bills. That's like going to
and they could have. Justin Fields got hurt.
It don't matter. Still the Jets.
I tried to give him. I tried to give you guys a semblance of like hope, and y'all can't do it. I just think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is just all around a more well-rounded team. They're just a better team, and Baker Mayfield is playing lights out right now. And when you got a quarterback that's playing that well, you have no margin for error. Tyrod Taylor's been a while since he's actually started and like impactfully started. So I don't know if but he could surprise us. That's the thing about Tyrod Taylor. He's always doubted.
What you doing here, Ed? Jets versus Bucks, man. Who you taking, baby?
I'm gonna take the Bucks. The Bucks are gonna win.
In-depth analysis of the Jets organization.
Bucks win. Bucks win 28-13.
28-13 Bucks. Okay, I like it. All right, so let's go Colts versus Titans.
Colts versus Titans. Man, I got the Colts all day. They have Cam Ward still showing like he's still growing as a quarterback. That team still has a lot to build on. Although they do show flashes, they also show a lot of flashes of errors, mistakes, and poor execution at times. And right now, the Colts are the opposite. They're literally doing everything exactly how they want. They have not punted the ball. They're getting points on every drive. They're in rhythm. And I think that the Colts are going to just overwhelm the Titans. The Titans might put up a fight, but I think Colts are going to take this. Colts 27, Titans 14.
Okay. I like that too, man. I like the way Cam is developing, but he's not there yet, and it's Tennessee. They're going to have to build a team around him over the next couple of years. I like that pick. I'm taking the Colts there as well. Cowboys versus the Bears. Who you taking on this one?
Cowboys are going to destroy the Bears.
Hold on.
and the Cowboys fans are going to go into crazy pandemonium. I was like, I don't have my lips aren't working, guys. My mouth, teeth, tongue to the teeth to the lips, tongue to the teeth to the lips.
Yo, chill.
Buttered toast, pandemonium. When they're gonna be like, we're going to the Super Bowl. This is gonna be their Super Bowl run after they win, obviously. But I think that the Bears are just inconsistent. It's just that's the only thing I can say. They're inconsistent. They show flashes of good things, and then they just show that they're not all there. They're an inconsistent team. I think the Cowboys are going to take advantage of them in this game.
Okay, I 100% agree with you. This is going to be a fucking mopping of the floor. It just doesn't get any better for Chicago. What you taking point-wise there, though, Ed?
Point-wise, I think the Cowboys are going to get a lot of yards in this game. This is going to be a high performance. Let's say 34-20.
34-20. Okay. All right. So we got 6 more. We got the Raiders versus the Commanders in Landover, in Maryland.
The Raiders are going to win this game, and I'm going to tell you why. Jaden Daniels is not playing. Now, I can say Marcus Mariota is good. Okay, yeah, I like him and everything, but what is he going to do to deal with Max Crosby? That pass rush is going to affect them. And as you saw, the Commanders line did struggle from a pass protection standpoint when they played the Green Bay Packers. And now look at Jaden Daniels is hurt, so I think that Marcus Mariota in the past he'd be like, okay, he's moving up, but I think he's in his 30s now. It's been a while. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away from that pass rush. And I just think that the Raiders are going to win a close one, but if Jaden Daniels was playing, this would have been an easy pick, Commanders. But I think without Jaden Daniels, I think the Commanders are going to find out how important Jaden Daniels is to that offense. And that's But then again, Marcus Mariota was a starter before. He's won some games as a starter. So things could be. This is probably the most toss-up game, I think. It could go either way. I'm going to take the Raiders, though, just because I feel like Marcus Mariota being tossed in the fire with a top-level pass rusher like Max Crosby breathing down his neck is not going to help him much. So, yeah, Raiders going to win this in a close game, not too high-scoring, maybe like 20 to 17.
2017. I like that, a close one. I think the Commanders do pull it off simply because they're at home. Mariota does have some familiarity with the Raiders organization, albeit before the Pete Carroll era. So I think he'll feel a little bit more comfortable playing them than just a straight up maybe the Jets or the Packers or somebody random like that. So I'm taking Washington there. Next game, we got the 49ers versus the Cardinals in Santa Clara.
49ers at home?
Yes, sir.
49ers taking this game. And the crazy thing is the 49ers, they'll lose players. Purdy's out, no problem. I don't think it. Huh? Mac Jones is going to be playing. And what the 49ers have shown me over the years is it almost doesn't matter what quarterback they have. My man, Kyle Shanahan, he just knows how to get the best out of his quarterbacks. He knows what type of plays to call, what plays they do well. He's just always been equipped to being able to play well, even when he doesn't have his quarterback. And this team has shown that time and time again with Kyle Shanahan. So I'm not going to look at them as being down and out because their quarterback is out, and so is also their best tight end is out too. But that dude Tungus. They got another tight end that's young that's been playing pretty well. He's a good blocker. He's not on the level of Kittle. What's his name?
George Kittle.
As Kittle, but he's still serviceable enough. I just think the 49ers at home is the reason. But the Cardinals do have shown that they have a pretty solid defense as well. So it's going to be interesting. Most of the time, these divisional matchups are pretty close and tight. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to give the edge to 49ers at home. It's going to be one of those grinded out games, like maybe 16 to 12.
Okay. I like that. 16-12, taking the 49ers. I agree with you there. I think it's going to be a tight game as well, Pause. Collar is really finding his groove with Marvin Harrison Jr. out there, but it's not going to be enough. It's not enough. I'm taking the 49ers there as well. Um, Broncos versus Chargers. This should be a good game. Ed, what you
This is probably the best anticipated because right now the Broncos and the Chargers smell blood in the water. Chiefs starting 0-2. They're licking their lips, going, "We could win the division, maybe. All we have to do is beat each other." And then now, like, you got the Broncos, who kind of had a slow start at 1-1, but the Chargers are 2-0 right now, and. You know, the Broncos and the Chargers both have a similar trajectory in how their teams are growing. So this is going to be a very tight matchup. I think the Chargers are going to have the edge at home. They got the better secondary. No, they don't. The Broncos got Pastor Tane, man. God,
the Chargers got Derwin James.
Listen, this is a very evenly matched team. The more you look at this, is going to be probably the best game. I'm going to make sure I watch this game for sure in its entirety.
This might be the too late we said a game of the week right here.
This is potential game of the week right here. This could either be a low scoring game or turn into a shootout. Both teams are both capable of grinding it out or going to a shootout. Right. Chargers got a better running back room, but don't discredit J.K. Dobbins. He's been that guy that, you know, he's been that prototypical when healthy category. When healthy.
J.K. is in Denver.
J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, he's on Denver. He's the starting running back right now. J.K. Dobbins is that prototypical when healthy moniker that gets used. When healthy, J.K. Dobbins is a very dynamic runner and can catch from the backfield. This dude is dynamic in what he does. Unfortunately, he just never stays healthy. So if you got a full healthy J.K. Dobbins, he's gonna make things interesting for the Broncos. Bo Nix, he's got a nice stable of receivers. I think that both teams are kind of on the rise, and this right here is going to be like the first sign of who's going to take command. And they're trying to. Both of these teams have potential to possibly take the division, given Kansas City's bad start. So the Broncos can't afford to go down to 1-2, so they're going to be playing for that. But man, Jim Harbaugh just has historically shown that you plug him into a team and he turns a losing team to a winning team, and he's just been with this team for a second year. Now he's got the players he wants. I don't know. I'm taking the Chargers here and another close grind it out. I think this is going to be a shootout, high scoring game going down to the wire with the player that has the ball in his hands last. And the Chargers are going to pull it off with like a 34-28 victory.
Okay, I like that. I'm taking the Chargers there too. They keep riding a hot hand. Herbert's cooking. I just don't believe in Bo Nix to tell you the truth. But hashtag Bo Nix ain't shit.
You about to call him Bo Licks?
No, I wasn't about to say Bo Licks. Now I'm trying to pause.
It sounded like you could say Bo Licks.
I'm gonna throw a pause into an alternate universe where I did say that just for safety measures. Chiefs versus the Giants. I think this is a murder. I think this is a murder alert game of the week.
Finally, the Chiefs got a victory.
Finally got a victory.
That's it. I don't have any more to say.
That's also what you saying point wise.
Finally, the Chiefs got a victory.
Oh, you got to give me a point. You got to give me a point, please.
Say nah. The Giants. The Giants. The crazy thing about the Giants is they've been playing teams really close. They've been grinding out, but they've been always shooting themselves in the foot with mistakes down the stretch of the game and losing games. Could it be that the Giants correct this mistake against the Chiefs and really put the Chiefs in their house? It's going to be in New York.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the Chiefs go in there and lay another egg and go 0-3. Could this possibly be?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. The Chiefs finally get a win because they're going to stay close because people almost forget that their defense is still really good. And when you have a good defense right now, Russell Wilson is going to he needs time in the pocket. Russell Wilson will cook if you give him the time. He's got a serious deep ball. Malik Neighbors is a beast. But if he doesn't have time to throw it to him, they're in trouble. I think the Chiefs are going to lock down their run game and force force Russell Wilson to try to pick them apart systematically, and it's not going to be enough. The Chiefs are going to dominate this game in a low-scoring affair. I think that the Giants are also going to give Patrick Mahomes troubles, as their offense is kind of like in disarray in some way. They're not doing what they normally do. But because Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they're going to stay in the game close and make the plays needed to win the game. It's going to be a close one, 17-10 Chiefs.
Okay, I like that. I'm taking the Chiefs too. I like that point spread too, but I'm gonna take the Chiefs over the Giants. It's not enough, like you said. Russ not enough. Let's head on over to Bellevue, Washington, over in Seattle. We got the Saints versus
the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are gonna put a stamp on this game. They're at home in Seattle. The Saints are gonna do the Saints, man. The Saints have, like last year, they got whittled with injuries last year, but they had a start. They had a hot start last year. They looked like they were about to be a pretty solid team, and everything went to shit when the offensive linemen started dropping like flies. I think Kamara is still a dynamic player at 29.
Can you believe he that young still?
Yeah, I thought he was older. He's only 29,
he's been in the
but
NFL for years.
But I don't think that the Saints have found their quarterback yet, and I think that that's where it's at. So I just think that the Seahawks looks like they're just a little step ahead as far as development, as far as the team is. And I'm going to go with that Mike McDonald defense. They're going to lock down that Saints defense, probably hold them to a score of 13 points, and they're going to score about 24 points. 24. What did I say they were going to hold them to? 10 points? 13. 24-13 Seahawks.
I like that. I'm taking the Seahawks on that one as well. I just don't believe in the Saints. Saints are years away from winning again because they got remember the Golden Lords from Meteor Man? Baby Lords, the Golden Lords.
Yeah.
That's what Spencer Rattler looked like. Remember the leader of the Golden Lords? They got the Golden
Lords. I feel bad for Alvin Kamara, man. He deserves to be on a winning team. He's just such a dynamic player.
He is the running back Megatron. Or Andre Johnson. He's the running back Andre Johnson.
He's the running back that you literally can line up in every receiver position. Yeah. And he could probably run routes.
Super dynamic. He just trapped in hell. So we love you, Alman. Sorry you had to go to the Saints, nigga, but I know you had some fun fucking them hoes down in Mardi Gras. Last game of the week. Yeah, it's actually Monday Night Football, Ed. I know you're anticipating this game like crazy, and I think this is going to be between this one and the Chargers versus Broncos.
Yeah, the Chargers, Broncos, and the Ravens Lions are really top games to watch to really see.
So what you thinking?
I think that we have some players that's not playing. That's the first thing.
Who's we?
The Ravens. Kyle Van Noy is not going to be playing. He's nursing a hamstring injury. Nnamdi Madubuike, their interior defensive lineman, who is a disruptor. And the Lions having a pretty young interior offensive line that changed because their center retired, and they have so new players on the interior. That literally leans into a plus column for the Ravens. Now we're going to have a rotational role with Aeneas Peebles, a rookie defensive lineman. And, I mean, I still think that he has a lot to learn. But at the same time, that interior pressure is going to be the difference here because the Lions is a very play-action-oriented team. We need to get pressure down the middle in order to disrupt that. That's how the Packers got him real good with that. Was it the Packers that beat him?
Yeah. Yep.
The Packers got him real good, and they exposed the interior of the offensive line. Now, if the Ravens can still do that without Nnamdi, I would have said if Nnamdi's playing, I would have said hands down they're outmatching them. But right now, it's just like it's tough to see. They got good safeties. Kyle Hamilton, everybody else is good. We just no Kyle Van Noy, no Kyle Van Noy, but I think Kyle Van Noy is not a bad thing because Mike Green I think is going to cook in this game, and I think Mike Green cooking in this game is really gonna be a difference maker. I don't know if Aeneas Peebles is gonna really circumvent the loss of Namdi, but we'll see. I'm still picking the Ravens. I just think it's going to be a harder game with them not having their interior defensive linemen. I think that the Ravens offensively match up well against the Lions defense, which is not too much different than the Lions defense they faced a couple years ago. And with Lamar and Derrick Henry, and the last time Lamar picked them apart, he didn't have Derrick Henry. So I think the addition of Derrick Henry going against them is going to be a difference maker in that. Our run game is going to get back on track. They're going to get over 150 yards on the ground. Lamar's probably going to get a good 60, 65 yards on the ground, and I think he's going to have a pretty magnificent game against that Lions defense. That also has a new defensive coordinator. So I'm saying the Lions are going to hang around a little bit. Ravens are going to probably score. I don't know if they'll put a 40 burger again for 3 weeks in a row. 35. But I think 35 as well. 35-27. The Lions are gonna make it a fight, though. This might turn into a shootout with the Ravens pulling away at the end, as the Lions defense is going to start to softening up from Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson running all over them.
Yeah, I think I hear you on that. So you think at 35-27 Ravens? I think the Lions come into M&T Bank and shock the Ravens.
Not on blackout night, bro.
I've been seeing it. Darkness falls. I've been seeing the damn posters all through the city. Wear black to the game. Wear black to the game. Put on blackface. If white people come down there with blackface, it's Darkness Falls, man. They told me I could be a nigga today. They come in there with that Darkness Falls on. We're gonna see, but I think the Lions beat the Ravens 17.
Lamar's gonna throw his first 300+ yard passing game in this game.
That's a cat, but we're gonna see. I think Kirby and
you're gonna see. He's gonna throw 5 touchdowns.
We're gonna see. Wishful thinking, Mr. Nevada. So, guys, I don't know if you noticed this, dog. I systematically built that last section. As I said, we're gonna do this every week until the end of the season, and you just saw the inception of Edwin's point picks. This is every week we're gonna do this. This is Edwin's point picks. I was gonna say Poppy's point picks, but that's a little zesty. So I'm not gonna say Poppy's point picks.
I don't want you to call me Poppy.
I'm not gonna say it no more.
Thank you.
That was a one and done. But Edwin's point picks. So every week, y'all make sure y'all come in here. We both gonna say we both gonna give our predictions, but I want to have this a theme. Edwin's point picks. We have some lightning come in and shit, and we're gonna have it popping. So yeah, that we'll see. We'll catch up with you guys next week. You tell us if we shit. Hop in the comments. Tell us you guys are stupid. I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that. The Dolphins are great. Whatever you want to say, drop it in the comments. Make shit either. But yeah, this has been another week, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week with more topics, more discussion, and more us. Until then, take care, be safe, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.
Guys, we have come to another week conclusion of the Too Late We Said It podcast. We appreciate you guys for coming out to join us, kicking up some dust, talking some shit with us, man. It's always extremely constructive. It's always extremely thought-provoking, and it always crashes out in the last 15 minutes. We got some guarantees for you over here at the Too Late We Said It podcast. Edwin, you got anything to say before we sign off, brother?
No words. You said it all. You said it all. Imani OT in the building, signing off.
Hey. So if you notice, we put our social media handles on there. Of course, you go to the Too Late We Said It on Instagram, TikTok, X, all of that stuff. But you can follow us as well personally. If you want to take a look into our personal lives and the way we think on a one-on. Of course, we don't have any nudes on there. But other than that, you can see if you want to think about, talk to us, reach out to us.
Mine are all blurred out.
You want to see Eddie's Betties? That's so freaky. Yo.
Poppy's Corner.
Poppy's Corner. Bring the paddle.
Here we go, crashing out again.
We have to do this at this point now. It's mandate.
It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, crash out.
if we stop, if somebody gonna message us, I really like the last 15 minutes of the show. Why'd you guys stop crashing out?
It's no longer entertaining.
Not entertaining anymore. I'll listen to the rest of that shit for the crash out. Bring back the crash outs.